Okay, so we have to check these ones because they are very interesting, and I was looking at them, and when I received them, because they look very sharp, I was thinking they were negatives, directly scans from the negative, because overall look at that, the blacks and the grays, they are look more sharp. There is no discoloration on the corners, so they look better. They are look better. Even they are, of course, photo scans of a photograph of a print rather than the negative, but they look really good. So I wanted to comment on them because they're kind of unique in the sense of we have very diverse models here. I'm going to start here in this Luscombe. It's a Luscombe silver, I think. And well, there are many other planes on the background. Uh, the registration of this Luscombe is new, so it's the first time we ever see this registration appearing. So if we type, for example, here in the cloud, there is no trace of an XBXOO. There are many, we have a couple of XOs, but none of them is a Luscombe. So, very interesting addition. I really like it. I like the paint scheme. That maybe it was like a white with the polished aluminum on the other sides of the wings and the lower part of the fuselage. But what has drawn me also the attention is, of course, this guy here. Of course, this is an avion. This is an avion. So, but I am having like a internal discussion with myself, trying to figure out what kind of Navion it is. Maybe it's an L17 Navion, like L17 Navion. Because look at the, well, of course it can be any version of Navion, but for me it looks like we are seeing in your picture this kind of canopy, sliding canopy with one piece side window. It's not the two piece that we can find in another Navions. Let me see if I can find more Navions. It's not like the two piece windshield that we usually see here. Windows. So of course this is an avion that I haven't seen before, and I would really like to know what is the registration, or maybe try to figure out if we already have it under other paint scheme in the files that we have, because so far I have tried to see if I can find any Navion with this kind of paint design, and I have failed because I don't have any Navion with that color, with that design. So for now it's unknown, is unidentified for now. Also in the background we see like this Cessna is a, definitely it looks like a Cessna 150. So 150, it cannot be 152 because 152s are from 1978. But yeah, it looks like a Cessna 150, or it can be also 172, but it looks rather small to be a 72. Also, I think this can be another Cessna 140 on this side. You can see the it's like a metal wing. Really good shot here. This is another shot that I really liked because there's a new registration here. No registration like this before. And also this detail on the tail is what makes it uncommon a little bit. If I type on Google, let's see if I type Cessna 140, you will see the difference. I will see the images of the 140. For example, I wanna select this one and this one here. So look at that, look at the tail. Tail flat. Like this, flat. So in your picture is different. We have this and we have this dorsal fin, and I was reading that the dorsal fins in the 140s were put in some of the planes that were operated on the sea with floats. So maybe this one was installed that STC, that it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be operating on floats, but yes, it's an STC. It's a supplementary type certificate that allows people to install this little part here. So in the background you can see XBDUO. So look at this. If I type XBDUO, look what we have here. Well, we have this Cessna 140 appearing in the result. This picture, we got this one from Bob Hobbs from the UK. Remember the guy from the UK that you sent some of your negatives? So this is a photo that we got from him, and I think it's his website. So in the background, look at this, in the background is XBKII. So they were sharing the same place, the same spot, and they were shot around the same date. I remember in the photo information there is no this info is not available, but they were likely being photographed in the 1970, the same year that you have here in your picture. So it's very interesting that maybe you were very close to the other person that was taking pictures, probably. This Cessna is a Cessna 210. Looks like a very old Cessna 182, but it's actually a 210 with a very complicated landing gear system with these doors, like 10 doors for the whole landing gear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and there are like the others and then the other side of the fuselage. So there are a lot of doors, very complicated gear system. So at some point I was thinking that this Cessna could have some kind of strange connection with another Cessna from Guatemala. I'm going to type TGDUA. There are the same letters DUA in this Mexican one, but these are in this Guatemalan Cessna 210. It's a Cessna 210 just like this, but of course I was thinking very ideally that this will have some kind of relationship or connection, historical connection with this one that you are sharing today, but I think it's not possible. It's just a very coincidental thing. So we so far don't have information related to this DUA Cessna. I was trying to find some clues in this very limited registration file that I have here, and the only thing that I found was this DUA registration that is assigned to a Cessna 337. So this 337 was likely to be the plane that have the DUA registration after this Cessna 210 that appears in your photograph. In the background we can see a Cessna, oh, sorry, a Cherokee. It's a Cherokee 140, I think, because of the shape of the nose. So I don't know what kind of plane is in the background, like it's a turboprop plane, I think. And here there's another Cessna 150. And then the final, and for me the favorite of this batch, of course, we have here this BT13, Volti BT13 vibrator. Very interesting. There are some places in the hangar that we cannot identify, but here I already had like 2 or 3 different pictures of this BT13, but this one is very interesting because it's the first time I see this paint scheme in this Volti BT13. So if I type here XBKUT, there are the other pictures that I have related to this one. This is, I think this is the earliest picture that we have about this registration. You can see the color previously was like a very polished aluminum with a black howling here. I remember I got these pictures from a video. This is actually a video that I shot these frames where this Volti appeared. This is the previous registration. It's the same plane but with a different registration, I think. So it's 1962, the photograph. XBJet re-registered to XBQUT afterwards. And then we have this 1973 previous light that was on sale on eBay some, well, like 4 years ago, maybe like, yeah, 4 years ago, something like that. And you can see the paint is completely green. Maybe you can see it's green here and it's white, or like creamish white. So white here and like light green here. So this is actually the color version of this same picture. I am just now realizing that, just learning that with that picture. So very enjoyable images, and thank you for sharing them because they are very unique. I think we have some also some other pictures of BT13s, but nothing like that one. I was thinking probably we could find any connection, but I think this is the only other BT13 that is not in the list that I showed you before. Anyway, very enjoyable pictures. I hope you are doing okay, Gary. And uh, I have been a little bit busy these days, but I am enjoying now the time to have a little bit of uh, conversation about aviation. So I hope you are doing okay. See you next time. Take care.